Hello, Mr. Peterson.
Hey,
Thank
Dennis,
you
how
for
are
taking
you?
my pretty okay. I want to thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I'm calling for some relationship advice. I don't know how basically what to do as far as every relationship I've had in my life has just been a total disaster. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or it's just that I'm looking in the wrong places for a female mate or I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. If I can just let you know about my relationships, I've had two, lengthy relationships. I would say one of them was I got married when I was 19, and my first relationship, my wife, which we're not divorced now, and she basically was she did everything for me. She cooked for me. She did everything that I asked. She was like a faithful wife, and that was basically she was actually a faithful girlfriend. I would say she wasn't a wife then, but she was a faithful girlfriend. And then when we got married, within a year, she basically decided that she didn't want to be faithful anymore, and she wanted to basically go out and work. And basically, it went downhill from there. It was just like nightmare. It was just like a day after I married her. It just went downhill. I don't understand. She just changed. Her mentality changed. She wanted to go to work. She wanted to do other things. She didn't want to stay home and take care of our little boy, and she just basically wanted to do things her way. And that now one day she comes home and she says she wanted a divorce because I wasn't faithful to her, and I was working two jobs then, basically bringing money home and making sure she had a car, making sure she had a house, and basically she left me, and she took my boy, and she took basically the house, and I was in an apartment for a year after that. I was in an apartment where I bought another house, but the point is she took everything I had, and she just basically destroyed. And now she doesn't want to let me see my son, and I'm just sad. I want to basically go over there. I've tried through the courts, but courts, you know how things go through the courts. They're just not for us anymore. They're basically for the females, or for the woman. They don't care for the males. They don't care for men. And my next relationship I had, that was a total failure. I went to church and met a woman there, and she came. I asked the reverend about her, and the reverend said, "Oh, she's a great person to go out with." So I went out with her, and I didn't have sex with her. I didn't have any kind of relationships to a point that, I did everything right. I did everything right. Try to make sure that, she was nice too. She was nice. She did, she cooked for me. She wanted to basically fold my clothes. She wanted to do my laundry. She came over all the time to basically try to be with me. She wanted to have sex with me, and I basically told her, "Hey, look, we're basically going to church together. I don't think that's the right thing. We're the Christians. We do not want to do that before we get married." And I basically told her she wanted to have, she wanted to have it, but I basically told her I wouldn't do that. And then I was kind of like thinking, oh wow, this is great relationship that I'm going to be with this woman for the rest of my life. It's going to be great. And then I found out she was packing, and I said to myself,
"You were packing?"
Yes.
What did that mean?
She wasn't a she.
What? So did the preacher know that? The pastor that recommended the person, did they know that?
Well, apparently, I went and I spoke to the reverend, and I said, look, this is what happened, and he's calling me homophobic.
What? What? What a mess. Oh.
And I said to myself, and she wanted. I kissed this person. I mean, I'm traumatized. I'm really traumatized. After going through that experience, I'm traumatized. I couldn't believe that even going to church and trying to be doing everything right, and that really basically put a ding in my fate. I'm not feeling good anymore. I basically now this person doesn't leave me alone. She calls me. I've changed my number 3 times, and she keeps on calling me. And I mean, if I wouldn't have found out, and I would have married this person,
How did you find out she was packing?
Well, she got too close, and basically, you can tell when
he got too close one day.
Yes, this person got too close.
How old are you?
And I'm 38.
And what's your question for me?
I need help. I don't know what to do. I've tried everything.
Do you feel like you really want a woman real badly? You want a woman?
Well, I mean, I don't want to be alone for the rest of my life. I want some kind of a relationship in my life. But
I don't want to be left alone.
Even the reverend. I mean, I mean, I've been going to this church since I was 15, and all the people at church are looking at me in a different way. It's like I did something wrong with this woman or this person. I haven't done anything wrong.
I don't want to be left alone. Listen.
Wouldn't you think that would be the first thing you would tell somebody, that you've gone through this transition?
You would think so. But let me ask.
And I feel so stupid that I didn't look hard enough. I mean, you can't tell. You can't really tell.
Oh, God. Anyway, let me ask. You say you feel like you really need a woman?
But I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't feel like I need a woman. I don't want to die alone in my life.
Why not?
I want to have. Well, we are social animals. We're social, not animals, but social people. We need to.
Well, what does that mean? You don't want to die alone. What does that have to do with wanting a woman?
Well, you want somebody to share things with. You want somebody to love. You want somebody for them to care for you, and you care for them. Those are the things that people strive for,
and why?
Some kind of,
why?
Some kind of a family.
But why do they strive for that?
Why? Because that's the order of God.
No, it's not. Where you get that from?
I got it from you. Don't you say that all the time?
No. Not for you to strive for that.
God over man over woman, and a woman over children.
Right. But that's not what you should be striving for. You should only
I'm striving. No, I'm not striving for. I'm not striving for that. That is not the only purpose in my life. I mean, that's not.
It's too important to you, though. Why is it so important to you? Nothing should be that important to you but loving God with all your heart, soul, and might, and your neighbor as yourself. Because when you love God, there's nothing missing. And if nothing is missing, your whole life is surrendered to Him, and He will add unto you what you need. So apparently you does not love God with all your heart, soul, and might. If you're still feeling the need of worried about dying alone, you got to have a woman. You don't want to be alone. When you love God with all your heart, soul, and might, you're never alone. No such feeling as being alone.
I love our Heavenly Father. I put God first. In my life, I put God
but then
first.
If that's true, you would have the need or the concern about dying alone and all that stuff. Because you would be fulfilled, perfect love, cast out all that, and you would be able to live knowing that whatever God wills for you will happen. You wouldn't look for a woman. You wouldn't be pining for one. You wouldn't be pining for anything. You'll be satisfied. You'll be at peace.
Well, I mean, I went without any kind of companionship for 8 years after my first marriage. I mean, my marriage, first marriage that I went through, I went without, even dating. I just, about 2 years ago, I started dating again. And when I started dating, I try to do everything safe, everything going through. I went to the church, that I basically loved, and I felt that I was safe in that church. And now I don't feel safe there anymore.
Well, here's what I recommend. Everything that has happened to you is your fault. It's not the drag queen fault. It's not your ex-wife fault. Even though they're wrong for what they've done, they got to deal with that. There's two sides to every story. So here's what I recommend. You take the pain of what you've done without blaming the pastor, the drag queen, the woman that divorced you and took your child, and you take the blame for that and ask God to let you see what's going on and what's missing. Because as a son of God, you wouldn't be going down that road. You're going down the wrong road. He would guide you the right way to go. So don't resent those people at all. Yes, it was wrong, but forgive them so that God will guide you. You would never have to go through that again. It's something else missing in your life that you have not realized yet, and you're trying to replace it with a woman or with something else, and that's not the right thing. If you want peace, that's not going to work for you. Are you doing my silent prayer?
Yes.
You're doing the silent prayer?
Yes.
How often?
I do that. I do that. I would say about 7 times. I do it every day.
You do it morning and night?
I do them all like during the morning, like early morning.
Okay. Have you gone and forgiven your mother?
Yeah, but I've forgiven my mother and father.
You went to her?
Yes.
And what did you say to her?
I basically said that, Mom, I love you, and I want to just to say that I forgive you for the things that you've done over the years. And I said the same thing to my dad.
What did your mother say when you said that to her?
She kind of gave me a funny look, like what I mean by it. It's like a funny look. Like, where did that come from? Like, why would you even say that? but she shrugged it off, and she smiled at me. And when I told my dad kind of gave me the same look.
You're like, what the?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Here's what I recommend for you, Dennis, is that everything that you have gone through, be grateful for that. Don't complain about it. Don't worry about it. See it for what it is, and you will see what you.
Even with this
Yeah.
person that
Even with that.
the thing is, what do you? She's like coming over to the house.
Well, tell them not to come to your house.
I have told her that. I have told this person. I've told her. I said, look, she told me that from the beginning. I told her, look, this is the very.
I know, but let me tell you this because of time. Don't argue with him. If he comes to your house, call the cop, have him arrested.
Okay.
Don't let him in, but don't hate him so that God can guide you through all things, all right? Don't hate him. This is a growing pain for you. It's something you're not seeing. And if you take it with grace, meaning don't resent yourself or the people who have done you wrong, it's going to blow your mind how much you will be able to see, and life will come, and it'll be amazing for you. And you will see that God is with you, and he will, for whatever's missing, he will add it unto you. You'll be fine. But it's this person, don't let them in. Tell them if they ever should come again, you're going to have them arrested. And if they show up, call the cops immediately and have them arrested. Don't get them out of jail so they'll know that you're serious about it. But don't hate.
Well, why is the Reverend making me feel that I did something wrong? Well,
I have no idea, but you need to ask the Reverend that.
Did I? You said that I did something wrong. I was the one. I'm to blame for all this.
You're to blame for your part in it. You shouldn't be looking for that because we don't know what we want in life. We have no idea what we want. Everything we think we want is wrong.
So I made a mistake going to church and going.
No, you did wrong looking for a woman. Don't look for anything. It'll be added. I'm telling you, man, if it's meant to be, it will be added. And if it's not added, you will still be fine because you're going to be completed within, and it'll be as though nothing is missing. And so this that you've gone through is to bring you back to yourself so you can see what's wrong. That's all it is. Not a big deal. Don't make it a big deal. And if the people at church are looking at you like you're wrong, and that preacher is trying to make you feel like you're wrong, I would stay away from them. You don't have to go around them. You are the church anyway. Your body is the temple of God, not the building.
I'm thinking about moving. I'm thinking about just moving out of this area.
Why?
I feel like I just feel like even my friends are just looking at me the wrong way.
Don't let that make you move. If you want to move, move. But here's what I recommend: stay out of your head as well. Every thought you get about this situation or any situation is a lie. Satan is setting you up.
How can you keep that away from your head? I mean,
let it pass. When Satan tries to come and make you think about it, or thinking about what others think and all that, let that pass. Every thought is a lie because Satan is trying to make you or cause you to make another wrong decision. You'll find yourself moving before time. You'll find yourself moving in the wrong place. But you wait until you see exactly what to do. But do not pay attention to any thoughts about anything going through this or at any time. Satan is lying to you right now.
So I should just not find anything or just be alone. Okay.
Yeah, God is with you. You need to be alone in that God is with you and he will guide you. He really will. But I urge you to do the silent prayer morning and night. Doubt every thought through this situation because Satan wants you to overreact and cause you to make another horrible decision.
I wanted to just so much. I wanted to just get this person away from me so bad that I was very upset.
I understand the disappointment, but don't be angry. Doubt every thought so you don't make another bad mistake, all right?
All right.
So listen, when those thoughts come, let them pass. No such thing as a true thought through any given situation. All thoughts are from Satan. God's voice is a voiceless voice. He will reveal to you Satan is talking to you, pretending to be you and pretending to be God. And he'll cause you to make another move. It'll be the wrong one. Then you want to jump off a bridge somewhere. But take full responsibility. You didn't see what you were getting into. Now you see, so it's a chance for you to be still and overcome.
So if I find somebody else in my life, I should not get into a relationship with them?
Don't worry for that. Wait until, and if that happens, just don't look for that.
Oh, just don't look for it.
Yeah, don't look for anything. It will be added unto you, because if you look for it, Satan's going to give you the wrong thing.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So be glad for this experience. Don't resent it. Rejoice in the time of tribulation. Tribulation is working patient in your life. So
I have a hard time forgiving myself.
Well, don't judge yourself either. No, you didn't see what you were getting into. Don't judge yourself.
Okay.
All right, let me know how it goes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Peterson.
You're welcome, buddy. Amazing. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Just Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.